Hi, welcome to Ask Love Coach and welcome to marriage class. Today's topic is about reasons for marriage. Weirdly, I would normally ask like my married clients as well as single clients the reason why they got married or the reason why they want to get married. A lot of them never really seem to comprehend the reason why they want to get married, but they just know that they want to be married. There are so many reasons why people want to be married. I'm going to be sharing some of the reasons today. This is in no particular order. I have to just, of course, put them in some rank or some order, but this is not like from top to bottom. But these are some of the reasons, not all the reasons. Before we dive right in, please subscribe to the channel, follow us, click the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we post new videos. We try to post as much as possible on the channel. So I don't want to overcome it, but daily we are looking to post daily or 3 times in a week. That's the minimum. So we marry for companionship and emotional support. The goal here is for individuals to have someone they are doing life with, someone they can say, this is mine, someone that can be there for them in good times and in bad times. Someone to say, this is my person. Someone to return home to. Someone to cry to. Someone to laugh with. Someone to lean on during good times and bad times. Somebody to just provide that emotional support, financial support, all manner of support, any support that can aid to make you feel fulfilled in life. That's one of the main reasons. Another reason is to build family. Some get married just to bear kids. Excuse me. They're married to bear kids. It could be due to cultural beliefs, whatever that might look like. But their sole purpose is just to have kids. Some people, like back in the days, I think it still happens now. Some people don't have any other thing they do in the relationship but to have sex and have babies. They are married to people they can't have any form of conversation with, build anything with, but just focus on traditional values and belief system. But the goal here, the sole purpose here, of course, is just to have babies or have children. Um, some people marry just for financial stability and security. A lot of people do that, by the way. They marry someone who is more financially aware of, just because they know how difficult it is in this day and age, having to just be your own backbone when it comes to finance, because it's a lot easier to work with another than to just rely on yourself. What if you're sick and you're not able to go to work? At least you have some financial backings or resources to tap into, so it's not completely reliant on you. So one of the best ways to do it, because hardly you want to go to a family member and say, let's be each other's financial partners. Of course, you can go into business together, but it's easier when you are doing it with someone that has some other benefits attached to it other than finance. But that is mainly the goal here. Legal and social recognition. In some societies, they don't acknowledge, or even in some kind of profession, they won't acknowledge someone who is not married. So it's pretty much for legal and social recognition, because if you are running for certain positions, they will want to know, because it kind of symbolizes that you're a responsible human being. If you're able to run a home, they would almost imagine that you have what it takes to run the position you are vying for. So, and in some societies, if you're not married, they don't really acknowledge you in any way, shape, or form, because the only way they would see you is if they can see that you have a partner. When I mean partner, marriage, not even boyfriend and girlfriend. In some societies in certain part of the world, like third world countries, especially for the women, it's almost as if they are irrelevant only when they see that you have a husband. And to top it up, the layer of respect they give to you will also be determinant on whether you have children. Not only you're married, but you have children. So it has a little bit of social recognition that is attached to it, especially it's more in certain culture, in certain aspects of the world than in the other areas. Shared goals and life purpose. For some, they believe the only way to attain their purpose in life will be to have a partner, because of course marriage is ordained by God and it has its own benefits and blessings that comes with it, especially if you have a partner and you people are working in accordance with God's purpose for the marriage. So you are not only aligning in terms of your shared values, but most importantly with your purpose in life. So again, it could be cultural or religious fulfillment. In some culture, like I said, they only acknowledge and respect somebody when they are married, especially the women. If you're not married, it's almost as if you don't deserve respect. Respect is thrown out of the window. It could be also religious fulfillment, because again, in most religions, you are not supposed to be engaging in sexual activities. It's reserved for marriage. So they would respect you more knowing that you have done it the right way, or the way that is supposed to be seen and it's supposed to be done, because it's a great way for people to create bond. So it's more of religious or societal expectations. So marriage, a lot of people would treat relationships differently to marriage, because they take marriage more serious. For them, relationship is like passive. I can get up tomorrow and just walk away and leave. But when it comes to marriage, it's not as if you can't have intimacy and connection with someone you're not married to, but they are more willing to give their heart to someone they are married to, as opposed to someone they are not married to, but they are dating. So again, it has to do with people's mindset, because in a long-term partnership relationship, people tend to want to handle it differently. It's almost as if the fact that we're married is a different kind of commitment, because again, it's actually a different kind of contract or commitment. A lot of people would withhold their feelings until they're married. So marriage gives people almost like the license. This is where you should be experiencing or expressing this intimacy level and connection. Personal development and growth is kind of tied to the previous two slides, where I spoke about you fulfilling your life purpose, but it's a way for people to actually grow. A lot of people have grown faster and quicker just because they are married. They are able to achieve their life goals and dreams just because quicker, and even achieving it in general. Some may never reach it, but because they are married to people who you may consider their purpose partner, that is something they've been able to achieve by virtue of being married, because they have a solid support for one another. They are safe space for each other to improve and grow. But the fact that you're married to anybody does not mean this is certain. But when you're married to someone that has the qualities that would help you to get to that level, that's only when you experience this kind of marriage. So people whose intention is to have this level of personal development and growth may marry solely for this reason, but of course there are other things. So it's not always the case that people marry for just one specific reason. They might marry for personal development and growth, and as well as for family, to build family wealth. So it can be a combination of all of the things I'm mentioning. It's not always, it has to be just for one reason. This is also tied to most of the things I've said. Shared responsibilities. If you are paying bills or mortgage alone, of course the weight is different. If you are dealing with health issues, the weight is different. The look is different. But if you are in a marriage and you're doing that together, the feeling and the look is different compared to a single person. You might be able to hire a private nurse, but the person might do it like a job. But a loved one would do it, not even your sister or your family member, or even your mom or your dad, but someone who has seen you in that level of vulnerability. Because this is the closest relationship you can have, not even the relationship you have with your family, but the relationship you have with a partner. Because let's be honest, when you have sexual experience with someone, you're vulnerable in that moment. So your family don't see that, but this person you have chosen sees you in all of this range. And when you have good intentions and you're going into a marriage for those good intentions, it will not be different to you having to connect with any of these points I'm mentioning. So shared responsibilities, not only like household tasks and responsibilities, but in other areas as it pertains to you as an individual, as well as a couple. Even in terms of household duties, for example, if you were to be doing everything by yourself, of course, there are moments you might be sick. There are moments you might not be capable of doing certain things and you cannot afford a domestic staff. And let's even say you're hiring a domestic staff, doing it together. The bill is split, or one person, now you have two incomes to work around with. And if you were to do it by yourself again, you might not always have the energy to always do it to the capacity you want to do it. Let's say you want to do it every day. But having someone to share your life with makes it easy as well. Lifelong commitment and partnership is kind of tied to all of the things I'm saying, but it's not like you are declaring your love to this person. It's like in some cases, of course, you take someone's name and that is the name you are going to be known with. Your qualifications would have to change, especially for the female. This is someone that you are doing till they do us path. This is someone you are doing for better, for worse, in sickness and in health. It takes a different turn when this is how you want to do it, compared to if you're just in a relationship with someone. It's like you don't go that deep, but marriage will take you that deep. Because in some cases whereby, let's say, they want to make certain decisions in the hospital, your decision doesn't matter. Or maybe a case where one of you dies, you may not be in the obituary. You might not be honored alongside this person because they don't know who you are. But when you are the public person, in terms of, not that they've seen you, but this is marriage, a lot of the decisions that pertains to that person will be tied to yours as well. In a relationship, people most times don't even go that deep. And if you decide to go that deep, you're not covered. Let's say you bought a house together and the marriage breaks. The judge might not know how to allocate something to you because there's no legal contract to show that this is. So if you didn't do it in the legal way, you can't bring it into legal place to resolve it. So you have to take it to however you people consummated or put your relationship together. You have to reconsider. So if you did it in a cultural way, you have to go back to culture to see how they can resolve any dispute or any issues that comes with it. And when it comes to certain key decisions about this person, even let's say in some cases, they will consider two people with the same surname, like married couples, even when it comes to financial, acquisitions or any form of acquisitions. They will not really consider when everybody has a different, when there's no strong ties, pretty much. That's what I'm trying to say. So marriage has more benefits compared to just relationship. In relationship, we will take special people who really want to just do relationship and be like, okay, this is all we're doing. Because if one of you is wealthy in just relationship, the person may not just, you're not really entitled to the person's money compared to when you're in a you're in a marriage. That's when the law will want to look at splitting the asset. And when there are other things involved, at least you have some benefits compared to someone who is just in a relationship. A lot of the things is not in the favor of people who are just dating, but they have more benefits for people who are in marriage. Okay, so thank you once again for hanging with me. I hope this lesson gave you one or two insights as to what you might consider as a reason to be getting married, as opposed to I just like her, I just like him. You want to have an in-depth understanding of what you're going to that marriage to do. You have to have a solid reason, a plan, a strategy, a mindset of someone who has a purpose for a marriage. Because oftentimes when people don't know why they are there, they won't also know why and when they leave, because it's not a priority. But just as you would plan with career and business or anything else, it's important for you to make sure that that is how you handle your marriage, because you will be able to choose right. You will be able to align with the right person. You will not just tag anybody around, because this is a serious decision that could affect not just you, but any generations after you. So once again, thank you for watching, and I hope you learned one or two things today. If you have any comments, feel free to leave that in the comment sections. If you want to connect with me, you know what to do as well. Thank you. And please do not forget to follow us, subscribe, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day.